Season of promise is upon us because it's opening day, and opening day is the time of year when nothing can go wrong yet. There are 162 before you, and you just might win them all.
It's still a possibility to go undefeated. A feat that no baseball team has ever done in the majors.
No.
But there's always that hope, especially for Brewer fans, that can be done.
It's possible.
It is possible.
Off-season moves were all pretty good.
Pretty good. You love it.
At this point in the season.
You love it.
Last year's follies, how could they happen again this year?
Right.
What are the odds?
How can we be the worst pitching staff ever assembled again?
It's not possible.
You don't think it is.
So as we advance towards opening day coming up on Monday, I think it's only fitting that we toast to the Milwaukee Brewers.
Let's have a drink.
To the Brewers. It's a little hot.
It's delicious, though.
It's a little hot.
Tastes like opening day. I love it.
So what do you think we do today? Do we get into... You've got your offense, defense, and special teams, so to speak. Pitching, infield, outfield.
Yeah.
Things along those lines.
Your starting rotation, your bullpen, your lineup. What's Maka going to do with that?
Okay, Maka.
Defensive alignments, things like that. I think we start...
We might as well start with the worst.
The biggest need in the offseason for the Brewers was upgrading the pitching staff.
Correct.
You add Randy Wolf.
Big ad.
You add Doug Davis.
Dirty Doug is back.
Dirty Doug, who looks
I'm
like...
excited to play that song again.
Who looks like Wario from...
He does look like Wario.
From Mario Kart. The purple dude.
He does.
Skinny little guy. Doug Davis looks like Wario.
As long as we're on the subject of people looking like people.
Mm-hmm.
Pitching coach Peterson.
Rick Peterson.
He looks a lot like Farquaad from Shrek.
Yes.
Doesn't he?
And yes or no on his Jerry curl mullet.
I don't mind it.
I don't mind it either.
Bring back.
I don't mind it either.
Look, again, you were the worst last year. Whatever it takes. If it takes a mullet, if it takes throwing bats in the showers, if you have to rub a chicken bone on your glove before you go out there, sacrifice a live chicken, whatever it takes.
And why not go back to the 80s?
It worked for Dennis Eckersley.
When you had success.
It worked for Dennis Eckersley.
So the projected starting rotation, at least our top four, which is normally how teams start a season, you've got Yovani Gallardo, number one.
Fine. I'd love for Yovani Gallardo to be a number two guy, but he's not right now. This is what you've got, so he's your one.
And I like that they're giving him opening day, as opposed to last year where they said, maybe you're not ready for it.
Right.
Give it to him. Give him the reins. Let him have it. Let him see what he does.
He's the one consistent guy you've really got in there.
Then your number two, Randy Wolf.
Love it.
Love it. Left-handed pitcher. Dude was great last year. 11-7 ERA, just above 3.
Right.
What's great about him is he pitches about 200 innings a year. And he's a winner.
You've got a great opportunity with, as we then graduate down to Dirty Doug Davis.
In your third
Another
spot.
lefty. Back-to-back lefties, which is cool. You've got an opportunity with Yovani, Randy, and Doug to get 600, 650 innings pitched this year. And if you can get that from your starting three, you're in great shape.
If they all stay healthy, pitch 34, 35 games, however that works out, get 200 innings, that saves so much on your bullpen.
Exactly.
And that's a big thing with the Brewers. You tax your bullpen so much because the starters last year would go 3 innings, 4 innings, maybe 5, and then you'd always have to bring in one of your long relievers.
And I'm not really concerned about our bullpen.
Not so far. Now, the number 4 spot in the rotation, Dave Bush.
Right.
He's healthy.
Right.
If he's healthy and 100%, and he looks good in spring training.
Right.
If he's good to go, he can give you 185, 190, maybe 200 innings.
And he's a guy that is capable, as we've seen now, back-to-back seasons, of throwing a no-hitter.
Right.
Or giving up 6 runs in 1 1/3.
Which is so frustrating.
It's just, when he's on, I think, and I know this is going to sound silly, I think he gives you your best opportunity to go deep with the least amount of damage.
He's a solid number 4, which a lot of teams don't have.
Right.
Doug Davis, okay, so he's a below 500 pitcher. He's like 90, 97 career, okay?
Dirty Doug Davis.
Gives up maybe a few more walks than you'd like to see. Gets himself out of jams. We saw that a ton when he was with the Brewers.
Right.
But he pitches a lot of innings, and he's durable. He doesn't get hurt. He sticks around. I mean, he had personal medical issues, but that's not baseball related.
Right.
So then,
it's not an arm problem.
Once you get through the heart of April, you have to have a number 5. Jeff Suppan on the DL. Godsend.
Well, he can't be it. He can't be it. It's got to be Parra or Narveson. And I'm not crazy about Manny Parra.
Right.
But how do you take an existing head case?
He's a head case.
And tell him, we're going to change your role a little bit.
Yeah, he's a head case, not on the level of a Derek Turnbow head case, where he just completely melted down. How's the drink? Still taste?
It's good.
So Manny Parra is still a head case, but it's all that talent. And if Rick Peterson can get him out of his own head,
Barquan.
Lord Farquaad.
It's that boxing squad.
And just get him pitching and throwing.
Right.
Play catch with the catcher. I mean, that's all they tell you. Don't think and just throw your pitches.
It can only hurt the ball club.
I like him as a number 5.
Yeah.
Because suddenly, I mean, well, he was like a number 3 last year, wasn't he? And now
I guess at times as they shifted that rotation around and had rest days.
And now he's our number 5. I like that. And I think Narveson is better for the bullpen, just adjustment-wise.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
I think he could be better in the bullpen.
Parra has, and we're not throwing out anything crazy revolutionary here. Not breaking any new ground.
We're not huge experts.
Secrets when you say, well, when Bush is on, he's got a great opportunity to go deep and not give up a lot of runs. But Parra is the kind of guy like Suppan, where he's capable of going 3+ innings with really nice baseball and you're really smooth, and then all of a sudden 5, 6, hit, run, home run, meltdown. So if you bring a guy like that out of the pen, you run a significant risk of him coming in at that moment when you've got to have the out. In his case, probably a lefty-lefty kind of scenario, and he gives up a 2-run jack because it's just his off time. Then you're in deep trouble. Yeah, and with Suppan being on the DL, I like him starting there in the season. I hope he stays on it. I know as a Brewer fan, you don't want to root for one of your own guys to stay injured. I hope he might lose a limb. Well, I was going to say, I was disappointed when I heard it was just stiffness in the neck. I was hoping, what? Loss of a leg? And it may simply be stiffness in the neck. Yeah, well, he says it does. It feels trying to trade. Yeah. Someone please take him. It's a lot of money. Someone take it. Stiff neck. We'll pay $12 million. No, just take $100,000. Take him. So sort of the Billy Hall deal. Yeah, I hope that Suppan doesn't come back. He's awful. He's only bringing this club down, and when he goes out there, you know you're probably going to lose. You don't feel confident. You don't feel good about it anymore. As a fan, and you got to figure you don't feel confident, especially last year as a player. On the offensive side of things, how are you going to be able to score enough runs? Right. I mean, that was with the Looper last year. Yeah. Yeah, you won 14 games, but you outscored teams. It's not because Looper was great. That's the pressure that then mounts on Ryan Braun and Prince Fielder and Casey McGee and these guys to have, and Corey Hart, as we see, who doesn't deal with pressure at all. Yeah. The feeling that when I get up to bat, I've got to go deep, or I've got to bounce it off the wall, or there's a runner in scoring position. If he doesn't score, we're going to lose. You can't have that kind of atmosphere in the dugout. And we're excited for the rotation. I think it's better than last year. It's better than last year. And I think that's what it is. You were the worst. Can't be worse. Your numbers could still be worse. All right. But you're the worst that existed. So I guess all we can do is look up. Look up and have a drink. And next time we talk, we'll talk about the bullpen. Sounds good. Excellent. All right. Cheers, my friend. To you and to the Brewers. Enjoy that drink.